Hi, this is Catherine. This is Taking Tea with Catherine, and this is my sister Bonnie.
Hello again.
Hi. We are on location in Bonnie's apartment in Chicago, and I've been here almost a week. I think I don't know. Time has changed for me. I don't know what day it is, but we've spent a good deal of time because I've not been to Chicago before, so seeing the city for the first time, going around. But of course, because it's us, we have been going to many bookshops.
Yeah.
Bookshops, bookstores, same thing. And Chicago has a lot of great shops and some not so great places, but the ones that we went to were mostly pretty amazing. And I was going to do a complete what we got in Chicago, but between the two of us, that would take hours. So I'm going to save mine for another time. And I'm going to turn it over to Bonnie, and Bonnie is going to show you her haul for the past few days.
Okay. All right. And we're not taking tea because it's a little late in the day and don't want caffeine and it's a little warm for herbal. So just by the way, next time you'll be taking tea with Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first book I got was, I think we went to independent bookshops, all of them.
Pretty much.
The first book I got is an independent bookshop called the Cellar. And I got this. It is, there they go. Oh, the Brave Music by Dorothy Evelyn Smith. This is part of the British Library Women Writers series, which I find very difficult to obtain in the States. So when I find them, I'm just very excited. And I did pay full price for this. I had a slight discount, but again, this is a British Library Women Writers. I've heard of them from, I think, Miranda Mills' channel and Lil's Vintage World. And they're impossible to find in libraries here in the States, at least when I've looked. So when I find them, if I find one that interests me, and so far the only place I found in Chicago that sells this series is the Cellar. So if you're in the Chicago area and you're interested in this type of book, it's awesome. I can't wait to read. I already had bought Father a few months back by Elizabeth von Arnim, and I'm in the middle of it and I'm loving it. So I'm hoping this will be just as good. Okay, so that was the only new book that I bought. I mean, like unused book. None of these are new as far as newly released because I tend to read older books. That's just what I go for. So then the next place we went to, I believe, was Ravenswood Used Books, which is also a very nice, the little small little bookshop in the neighborhood of Ravenswood, Chicago. And there I got two books. I found, we went to other bookshops that Catherine hauled books at, but I didn't.
Yes.
But the next shop that I hauled books at, so I found this, Lark to Candleford, all three of the books. A trilogy by Flora Thompson. And it was so great because I had found this book. I almost bought this at a previous bookshop we went at for full price. And then the next bookshop we went to, I found this for less than half the price because it's used, but it's pristine.
That's her word.
I love it. I love when books are pristine and used, but great price. Okay. So I've seen this entire series on, I think now it's you can find this online,
PBS or something.
PBS, and now I think it's on Amazon Prime. But I've seen the entire series, love the entire series, but I have not yet read the books. I can't believe it. So that will soon change. And then in that same place, Ravenswood Books, I also got this copy of A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I've read this book as a child, loved it. Want to reread it as an adult, and I just thought this was a great, really cute little copy.
It's adorable.
Just so lovely. It's a penguin. So anyway, that'll be fun. Okay, then the next place we went to was Myopic Books, which is also it's a pretty famous, I believe, used bookshop in Chicago. I didn't find too much there that I was interested in, but Catherine found something for me. She knows my love of Trollope. Anthony Trollope, and she found this and she said, "You have this, Bonnie?" And I said, "No, Castle Richmond by Anthony Trollope." It's another one of his lesser known. He
Yeah.
wrote so much. But if it's Trollope, and again, I think for me, a big thing is if I can't find it at my local library, and it's something I really want,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, and it's a good price, I'm buying it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Is
Exciting.
to reading this. It's adding to my Anthony Trollope collection. And then next is also a Trollope, but it was a different bookshop. It was Open Books. I think there's a couple of them, but we went to the one on Lake Street in Chicago.
Found great parking too.
I know, it was fantastic. Right outside the shop. We were like, yay! Okay. And then Catherine, did you find this for me?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's another lesser known, but I think you already had it, so you said, okay, why don't you? Harry Heathcote of Gangoil? Anyway, it's another Anthony Trollope. It's really small. 2 books. So, and I think it takes place in Australia, which is different for Trollope, since most of his books are in Britain. I think Dr. Wardle's School was partly in America. But yes, another one I have not read and is not at my library. So another Trollope to my collection.
Adorable.
Okay. And then the final haul for me was today we went to Tangible Books, which, it was amazing. Apparently the owner used to own Myopic Books, if you know anything about Chicago. And now anyway, long story short, it's a really cool used bookshop.
Fantastic.
And I was browsing like crazy. And the first thing, Catherine, again, she sacrificed herself because, she's such a good sister. She saw this book and she doesn't have it.
I do not have it.
But neither do I. And you did have an armful of books already. So
I believe me, I am.
I don't feel too bad. I don't have, again, I don't have this. It's not in the Chicago Public Library system. This would be great for another one for Victober. It's called The Half Sisters by Geraldine Jewsbury. I believe Katie from Books Ltd maybe mentioned this, or some other booktubers, past Victobers, and I was like, I would really love to read this, and it's not at the library, and I never found it at any bookshops till Catherine found it today at Tangible Books, and it's in great condition. So happy. So this will be nice maybe I'll read it this Victober, this Victober, and we shall see, because I have so many other books for Victober already, but this will be great. And then the supreme amazing haul that just absolutely made my day was, let's see if I can lift all of these Ella Montgomerys.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so there's this more Montgomery thing going on, I think, in September on YouTube, and I love Ella Montgomery. I've loved her since I was 8 years old.
She got me into Ella Montgomery, I think. I think Bonnie was reading it first.
Yeah.
Then I started. It was just...
she's
not just Anne of Green Gables.
Right. I believe I've read pretty much all of her books as a child and teenager, preteen and teenager. And now as an adult, I am starting to reread her books. And but the only books of hers that I own I have the entire Anne of Green Gables series, and I believe I have the first in the Emily of New Moon series, and that's it. I just haven't. I've been looking for them, but for whatever reason or another, I just haven't found either the right price, the right edition, just what suits me, or you just can't find them. And you could always find Anne of Green Gables, which I'm happy about, but it's like so many bookshops you see Anne of Green Gables and maybe that's it, and you're like, come on, she wrote so much more. So anyway,
until today, and now
so then so I'll go over them one by one. So I found Pat of Silver Bush. These are all in amazing condition and very inexpensive at Tangible Books. So Pat of Silver Bush, this is the exact version I read as a child, so this makes me very happy, and it's like new condition. I'm so excited. I can't wait to reread this. I think this is the one I might reread first. I'm like, just looking at it makes me happy, this cover. Oh
so
my
green.
goodness. Okay. I'm just super excited. I think I felt like dancing in the bookshop. And then, Pat of Silver Bush is a duology, I believe. So it's Pat of Silver Bush, and then Mistress Pat is the second one. And again, these are the exact edition I read as a child, so I can't wait. Then 2 standalones, Magic for Marigold. Again, the edition I read as a child in great condition.
Bantam, right?
Oh, yes, Bantam. This was a standalone, and it's just, I believe this is the one where there's a dog that jumped over a fence.
There's a dog.
And it was just so funny. But okay, can't wait to reread that. But I think I'm going to read the Pat ones first. But this one, it's a little small one, which you don't find very often. Kilmeny of the Orchard. It's a little tiny one. And I remember loving this as a kid. And so I haven't reread it. And this is the same version I read as a child. And I used to love Kilmeny. I used to want my name to be Kilmeny. I thought that was such a cool name.
Me too.
But I'm happy with Bonnie now, but at the time. Okay, and so then here's the last standalone, A Tangled Web, which again, it's the version I read as a kid. And I actually have this out of the library, a more modern version of it. But I'm going to return it to the library because I want to read this version. I just love this. Oh, these from the, I guess, 80s. Oh my goodness. And sometimes I've seen these over the years, but they've been all like falling apart. And I'm like, I don't, but these are like new, like they stepped out of the 80s and said, here, Bonnie, buy me. I'm like, okay, sure, will do. No problem there, especially because they were selling them for way inexpensively cheap. Okay, so my final 4 Ella Montgomerys are collections of short stories, which I'm not a big short story reader, although right now I'm reading a collection of Miss Marple short stories by Agatha Christie because I need to be a completionist and read all the Miss Marple. I just finished my Miss Marple. I had read the entire series. Yeah, I just finished it this year, and I'm happy about that. Sad in a way, but I love them all. Some more than others, and they're amazing. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent. Well, we are related. Yeah. Okay, so but getting back to, I'm not really much of a short story reader, but I'll make the exception if it's an author I really love, like Agatha Christie, loving the Miss Marple short stories, and Ella Montgomery. I remember reading a lot of these as a kid. So here's one, Akin to Anne. Again, the same exact version as when I was a kid. And so I'll reread this at some point.
What is it, like a lot about, I can't remember.
I think about orphans or children with that, looking something similar.
One.
Yeah, this one also, Along the Shore, it's Adventures by the Sea. Yeah, this is another short story collection, same version from my childhood.
I don't know, that one gives me feelings.
I know, that's like my the way Pat of Silver Bush makes me feel, just like the happiest moments of my childhood. I think this probably does that for you. Yeah. Now this was another one. This is a slightly newer, I think, print version. But I think I read this, but I'm not actually sure if I read this one. Against the Odds. It says Tales of Achievement. Okay, she looks very determined, like she just achieved something, or she's about to achieve something. So I look forward to reading or rereading that one. I think I read that. This one, I'm like pretty sure I've never saw this or ever even read this collection. So this was great, new to me. At the Altar. Matrimonial Tales. So that seems really cute. I'm like, oh wow, there was a collection of short stories by Ella Montgomery that I did not read. And then the other one, Catherine will show you in her haul, that she got, and I was like, that's okay, I'll borrow it from you at some point.
Just the one.
Yeah, another collection of Ella Montgomery. So, I mean, I'm going to try to read, I'm thinking maybe Pat of Silver Bush for more Montgomery, because that one is the one that's like really speaking to me right now. But I definitely want to participate in more Montgomery, even though I'm not a booktuber, but I watch enough booktube too.
Akin to a booktuber. So.
There you go. So anyway, that's my Chicago haul. I live in Chicago, but it's so I haul books from Chicago mainly. And those are my books. And there's lots and lots of really great bookshops, independent ones here in Chicago. If you ever come this way, I think you'll enjoy it. I haven't even seen all of them yet, I don't think, but we've hit a lot of them.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And we'll be back. Well, she'll be back to lots of these bookshops. And whenever I come back, I'm sure we'll be hitting more of them, some of the same. Definitely tangible books. That
Oh,
definitely a great place to find stuff.
so awesome.
But yeah, so that's all for today. Hope
Yeah.
you've enjoyed Bonnie's haul. I know I did.
I
And-
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed hauling with Bonnie.
Yeah.
So maybe next time I'll be doing my haul. That's gonna be quite the schlep. But until then, this is Catherine and Bonnie at Taking Tea with Catherine. Have a lovely
Tea and book filled
day.
day.
We're not as sick today. Bye.
Bye.